So I just want to know how I got you to do multiple Robert Pattinson films this year.
This is the only one I'm counting.
I mean, you did the Twilight series with me a while ago.
Right.
And I can't wait to make you watch Remember Me. Coming soon. We're going to have to insert some crickets here.
Saved our marriage. Now, we're not like most married couples. Most of the time we disagree, but that's the beauty of the show. So, when you get through listening to Sparrows on the Review, come give us a listen each and every Friday on any DSP. Go look for Pod and Saved Our Marriage.
We'll just roll with it. Mickey 17.
I'm JR.
And I'm Stacey.
This is Sparrows Under Review.
I just gave you the title.
Now,
So I guess give me your overall thought.
first off, let's go with the director, producer, and writer of this movie, Bong Joon-ho. If you've seen Parasite, you see this and you think you're going to get that Parasite feel. You don't get that. It's a different type of movie.
Right. I mean, it's all in English. So that was beneficial. Right? Like Parasite is the movie that was in a different language, right?
Right, that won him all kind of awards.
Okay. So that's the one.
As a person that seeks out movies, the thing that attracted me to the movie was weird. Because, everything, it's a certain way for me to get to movies unless it's part of my catalog. This is not part of my catalog. Looking at it and looking at another movie, a movie called Novocaine, I looked at both of them and I looked at their posters and I was like, which one might be good and which one should I introduce to Stacey? And when I say introduce, it's not like that she doesn't go out and look for the movies for the podcast, but I'm the one.
Well, I mean, I'm the one that showed you Mickey 17 anyways. I mean, it goes to show you don't pay attention to the TikToks I send you because I send you movies and say, I want to watch this one and do a review about it. I think I sent you that one like 2 or 3 times because it did have Robert Pattinson in it.
So that's where her flair comes in for this because this is a Batman. Well,
no, it has nothing to do with Batman. Excuse my language, but fuck Robert Pattinson Batman movie because I couldn't get into it.
Well, I'm saying
so it wasn't even a comparison to the Batman movie. It's because of the Twilight movies.
Right, I was about to add that on, but you cut me off.
Well, because you brought up Batman. But you know Batman's not my thing.
Right, that's his current movie, and that's what, it's his...
I understand it and explaining that to them, but to say that I thought of it because of the Batman movie is incorrect information. So I just wanted to pop in there and be like, no, it's not because of the Batman movie. It's because of the Twilight movies.
Okay.
Yes.
So to sum this movie up, basically, I learned a new strategy that goes on in movies, and I want to talk about that first because it'll make sense for this movie.
You didn't want to give me your initial, like, what you not like go into details or descriptions, just like your initial thought of the movie is what I asked for in the beginning.
Well, if I just answer that question, I had no thought.
Did you enjoy it or did you not enjoy it? Is basically my question.
Okay, if you just want a flat answer, the movie was very enjoyable if you're open to watching something different than the norm.
Okay.
So if you're into that Parasite type stuff, yeah, because it's a different vibe. This is not for everybody.
I mean, we'll go into detail obviously about it. My initial thought of the entire movie of watching the thing, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and I encourage everybody to give it a shot. So now we can go into a little more detail if you would like.
Okay, so this movie is commercially a flop
in the theater market.
Yeah. But this movie was tailored, and it's a new tactic that they're doing. This movie was critically made to be a streaming movie, and it was only given a theatrical release to meet its award requirements so that it could, be nominated for certain awards by having theatrical release.
Right.
Which that was something that I didn't know about it, but it was something that was very, let's just say it was ingenuity, a new marketing strategy. Because once this movie came out and it's been on, streaming services, it's a rental. When we say streaming, like someone went out and rented this movie for $3 or bought it for $20 digitally.
So a big example would be Amazon Prime, because they do a lot of rentals like that. I know there's other ones.
Yeah, Google, Apple,
I know
whatever.
that, but the biggest one that's easy for me to remember and talk about is Amazon Prime, because you can go in, you'll rent the movie, you get it for 24 hours maybe?
Yeah.
And watch it as many times as you want, and it's cheaper than going to a theater to
Right.
watch it.
And we'll have another episode of talking about the new dynamics of theaters, because I always cover that every 6 months or so. So I'll say, for an experience, we watch movies on projectors. The projector of this time was a Nebula Capsule 3, and we watched it on 100. You know what? We flipped it. We watched it on.
Well, we started off on the 100-inch screen with the projector, and then we took a break for some outdoor activities.
Right, and then we ended up finished watching it on the PlayStation.
We did.
Yeah, so we watched it on TV and on a projector. So different experience for viewing thing. I'm not gonna say any clarity because you all know how I feel about TVs. But the experience that I got was, it had comedy in it, but it was wrapped up in the narrative of the story. Very thought out story. You get the information about the characters and everything in the story arc in the first hour.
Just enough. You get the right amount of information that you need to make everything make sense.
45 minutes into the movie.
It did start off a little slow. I think that's why we needed to take a break. So if you're 30 minutes in and you're like, ooh, I don't even know about this, just give it an extra 20 minutes.
Mark Ruffalo is the biggest character for me in this, because we know him as Incredible Hulk.
Yep.
And he plays a character, like he plays a good character in this, because the last time I seen him, he was in the Willem Dafoe movie with the redhead girl and all that craziness. That's the last time I seen Mark Ruffalo, and he was gangster in that movie. And if you know what movie I'm talking about, you can go back and check in our references. I forgot the name of that movie, but
Right. So I feel like in this movie, he was let's just use the term, he was the president of this new world they're trying to create. So I guess something happened to Earth, and a lot of people were going on a ship. Is that correct? Is it considered a ship, or what do they call it?
Yeah, like a spaceship. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and they're traveling to other planets. And Mark Ruffalo's character is basically the president of the ship, the captain, the leader, whatever. But his persona that you get from him is, he is very well trained by his wife. And it's like, she's really the one in charge, but since she's a female, she didn't have that authority. So she used him as kind of like a puppet to create this world. Did you get that same feeling at all?
Yeah, I got that feeling.
Okay.
In my overall presence with this movie, I like the way that it developed. I like the scenery. I like the structure. I like the camera angles. I liked everything that you got. Like even like the animation when it came to certain areas, when you seen certain things fall down a tube and burn up. The printing, the 3D printing of humans.
Yes. So that pops into Robert Pattinson's character. Here's 100%, not 100% spoilers, but here's your spoiler alert, because we're going to go into some detail here because it's already on streaming. If you haven't watched it, go watch it, go rent it, obtain it however you obtain it, or go to your local theater that needs your support. So Mickey 17 is based off of a book called Mickey 7, and Robert Pattinson's character is Mickey. Some shit goes down on Earth, and then they decide to run away. Basically, he joins the ship and becomes what they call an expendable. An expendable is, you give over all of your memories and they reprint you. Basically, like JR said, like a 3D printed version of yourself. And it's supposed to take 20 hours, but that was one issue I seen in the movie, because at the end, that was no 20 hours.
No, it was quick.
Right. It was like 20 seconds.
Right.
So, like, they could have made that part just a tiny bit better there to make it make more sense to their storyline. But I get it. You're wrapping this movie up. You're trying to end it. I get it.
And the only thing that baffled me, when you get into this, you're going to learn about the numbering and why the numbering is important.
It is.
And the numbering between 17 and 18, I thought before, 18 came about, that there would have been some type of like way that they would have known that 17 was deceased.
Well, I mean, we're jumping way off a schedule there for that. That's at the end of the movie, basically. So going back to the Expendables and explaining what it is, after they create that the new clone, they insert the memories. So he has all of his memories from his previous
life.
Well, I guess, yeah, previous numbers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because you went from 1 to 17 really fast in the movie, but it made sense why, because they're on a new planet and he was their test subject. So if they wanted to test a medicine, they wanted to test a drug, or well, a drug is a medicine, test the planet, we'll just tell the whole first one. He jumped on this planet and 1 through 10 died real fast.
Right. And they killed him in outer space before he even...
Yeah. And the shock factor. So you have to pay attention. We're not going to give away what happened when he was in space, like outside of it, but you need to pay attention to that, because to me, that is like a jump factor, a jump scare type thing. I did read on Wikipedia that Robert Pattinson did have a lot of input when some of the dry humor, dark humor type thingies within it. And I think he did an amazing job pulling that stuff in.
Right. One thing that I read on Wikipedia, because it's our source, everyone, they said that he channeled Jim Carrey's character from Dumb and Dumber, the first movie. And I'm going to have to go back and watch that again.
Right.
But I can see some of the similarities with the haircut, the eyebrows, and the teeth structure and the way that he talked. And shout out to Robert Pattinson on this with his voice.
Yes,
an amazing actor.
Both.
Yeah, and his voice was different for both characters.
And a completely different than the Twilight character.
Right. And the other thing was that, like, with the two voices, he had to truly act like emotion, range, everything went a certain way. And it made things really...
Right, because at first I was like, that doesn't really sound like his voice. Are we sure that that's his voice? And you're like, I don't know. And I was just like, dang. And then when Mickey 18 came across, I could hear more of his Twilight character voice coming out. But that shows you how much talent he has.
Yeah, his range, yes.
Yeah, with voiceovers and all that stuff. So I was impressed.
And all supporting actors and actresses inside this movie were all given limited stories.
Right.
But their stories were just enough to make sense. And it showed some of the crudeness of Mark Ruffalo's character and his wife or his girlfriend, whoever she was. That was the only thing that wasn't truly explained.
I think it was his wife.
It may have been his wife. And his wife, she was into the sauces. She liked to make sauces out of anything. And that's not a spoiler. That's just something I want you all to keep in mind if you when you watch it. And
you don't learn about her sauce until the end.
Right. So
that's why you have to watch the whole movie and pay attention.
And it's one of those things, like, it's a movie. I know people like to grab their phones and do this and that. It's one of those things that you got to put your phone down. And when you don't put your phone down, it's a crazy situation. And another thing I like, though, that always ties into Sparrows Under Review is, in reading something from Wikipedia, I found out that it has a Studio Ghibli tie-in to it. They're saying that some of the characters from this movie, if you've ever seen the movie Valley of the Wind, Natsusaka.
Okay, yeah.
Which we haven't seen.
I seen that down towards the thing. I didn't know what was Studio Ghibli related.
Yeah, so there's something related there. So anyone that's related there, do the tie-in for that and let us know in the comments and let us know how it works out, because we've never seen that Studio Ghibli movie. But overall, what I would say about this movie as a comedy that has science fiction in it, it is something that with my nerdum and any of my people that follow sci-fi stuff, I can sit down and watch it with them. If there's a fan of Twilight and they're just digging Robert Pattinson, I could see them watching this.
Mm-hmm.
The people I can't see watching this are your casual or your serial movie watchers. Serial movie watchers are going to get thrown off because they're going to think Parasite. And this is like, I'm going to say, I got to be honest, it's a whole 360.
Okay. Well, here's my challenge. I would like everybody that's listening to watch it, or at least watch the trailer, and leave us a comment over on Spotify and let us know what you think. If you've already seen it, let us know as you're listening, you know, tell us what you thought of it, and we'll go over it in the next episode. Or, well, you know, after this releases.
Right. And after this releases, we will definitely be posting something over on Threads, just asking what people think about this movie. Because it's a very interesting movie, because I never had like with me, a movie has to have a bad part, like something that drops me out of it. Every movie has a start slow build up. Some movies take 30 minutes or 45 minutes. So I can't be cruel about that. But had I seen this in a theater setting, this would have been a fun movie to go see in theaters.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been something that would have slipped my mind, but I like the strategy that I've learned now about how they're doing this.
Right.
And it's an experience that this is a movie that if I was outside doing my normal outdoor projector stuff, this would be a nice movie to watch at night that I could let the 18 and up crowd watch.
Well, see, I mean, you know your kid. You're going to know whether it's appropriate for them. I don't know that it was any really bad stuff in it. Like, I mean, there was a couple scenes that could have been like, oh snap, don't watch that, close your eyes, right?
It was one thing
really,
with the.
But did it show a whole lot? And he's pointing to his under area whenever he was asking me that.
Yeah. Remember the dude peed on somebody or something, or was it? Am I getting movies mixed up?
You might be getting movies mixed up. That sounds like an Adam Sandler movie.
No, something happened. Like when he was being born or reprinted, and maybe I'm getting movies mixed up, but something.
I don't know.
But overall, just it has some early sexual activity in it that it's really mellow. But either way,
it does have a lot of sexual innuendos in it because they want to basically repopulate this planet with pristine DNA.
Right. They don't want any flaws.
Right.
I almost remind you of some other things that we won't discuss that have happened and that people wanted to happen during certain world wars that didn't take place.
Gotcha. And then, so on this planet, there's these creatures. You see the creatures in the very beginning because they kind of do like a quick, how do you explain that? They do something, show a scene that's towards the end of the movie. And then once that scene is over with, it goes back to the beginning. And so it's, once you get through it, then it shows you that scene again with more details. So you learn about the creatures first, but then you learn more about them later.
Okay. Yeah.
Like what is that called? Do you know what it's called?
No.
Okay. If anyone knows, let me know because I don't want to Google it. I'm lazy today.
Right. Now, this movie, after learning some more about it, because I'm interested in all the politics that go behind movies. Once we learned about the strategy, one thing that happened, this movie was affected by the 2023 SAG-AFTRA strike. This movie originally was supposed to come out March 29th, 2024.
Mm-hmm.
And then moving into the release that it did on March 7th. It came out then, and then it was
delayed a few times.
Right.
Because January 1st, it was supposed to come out January 31st.
Mm-hmm. And then it was pushed to...
It doesn't say why.
Yeah, and this is crazy. So it didn't come out...
Oh, to take advantage of Easter weekend and avoid competition with Dog Man. And then finally to March 7th. So, you know.
Okay. So I see that. So basically it was put out at a certain time. And then it was released on digital high definition on August 8th.
April
8th. God, I'm losing my mind.
So I want to touch on something earlier. You said it was kind of a flop at the box office.
Yes.
It actually came through over the budget. Like their budget was 118 million and their box office was 127.3 million. Now that is not good numbers, amazing numbers, a great profit, but at least it wasn't a negative. So I'm hoping that they are able to accomplish more within the home release area. Like, I get what you were saying. It was kind of a flop, but at least it's not a negative number.
Right. And the main thing that I will say for the movie, it's a great movie, but I hate that it had to follow up Parasite. Mm-hmm. With it being the follow-up to Parasite, they were expecting that type of... Parasite, to me, honestly, wasn't that great of a movie.
I mean, I think Parasite would have been better if there was an English dub version of it. Is that how I say it?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, for us, because it was harder for us to understand. Because I felt like with Parasite, I had to read the captions, and in order for me to read the captions, I couldn't pay a whole lot of attention to the movie. And if anybody knows of an English dubbed version of that we just haven't found, send us a message over on Facebook. You can join our Sparrows Under Review group and communicate with us through there.
So true. All right, so this is the thing. I just got to throw this out here. He made a movie off of $11 million budget, and that movie grossed $258 million. But it was before the pandemic.
Right.
So him coming into a pandemic, we don't even know who we're going to accept him back into our circles. So,
well, I mean, people aren't wanting to spend a whole lot of money, which is understandable, because the one movie theater that we were going to go to, the movie tickets itself were $20 a piece, weren't they?
Right.
So that would have been $40 for just 2 movie tickets. We found a second movie theater, and we were able to get 2 movie tickets, a popcorn, and 2 drinks for less than $40.
So true.
So I'm going to do that. And imagine if we were home in Spencer and this movie was available.
Right.
So that's why I say it's nice to support and encourage the smaller theaters. I'm not dissing anybody like Regal, or what are some other ones? Regal, Cinemark,
Tinseltown.
No, I'm talking about the huge ones though.
Tinseltown was a big one.
Yeah, but what is that? What are the other ones?
I mean, Epic.
IMAX.
Yeah, IMAX.
Like
IMAX is a woof.
Right, because those are expensive places. I'm not saying don't go to them, and I'm not dissing them, because we have went to those before and we enjoy them. But sometimes it's nice when the lower movies that you might not necessarily think you're going to enjoy, just go to a cheap theater and watch it.
So true on that one, and I definitely have to agree on that.
So would you watch this movie again?
Yeah. This will be something that I will present to people. I'm going to pass it along and be like, yeah, Mickey 17 is something you should watch.
Okay. So let's say on a scale of Douglas or not. You going to have him watch it? You think he would enjoy it?
He would watch it.
Okay.
Because he's going through a phase right now. So yeah, so it'll be something that will bring him back to his 40s or 50, early 40s. With Robert Pattinson, so that would be something there. I could see that being something that would work out very well there.
Okay.
This would be something I encourage to people. I put this in the same realm as Flight Risk. You can watch them. You can put them in your collection if you have a digital collection.
Okay.
If you have a physical collection and it's a still box, yeah, I encourage everybody, if it's a still box, buy it. And you know that you're going to get some extra detail from it just because of who the producer is and what he did with Parasite in the after release. So yeah, will this movie stand the test of time? Man, this thing is going to rock out on TNT, HBO. Really, HBO and those places like that are going to rock this movie out for a while.
Right.
And being that I believe it's a Warner Brothers movie anyway, it'll definitely rock out on HBO Max. It'll be a big thing over there. And they'll push it hard and they'll get it ingrained in people. So I have no problem with telling you that this movie delivers. I'm not going to give it a classical rating or anything like that, or like something that's going to transcend or make you go out there and buy something different than or do something different than what you were doing. Yeah. But it's going to make you think about life and about 3D printing, and it's going to put a hard emphasis on this one thing.
that?
Is AI really doing too much?
Do you think this was an AI created movie? No, because it was based off of a book.
All
Like,
right,
what do you?
But
Can you elaborate there for me,
yeah,
please?
so artificial intelligence is what would be used for the 3D processing and all that stuff of the human. So
Okay.
people will tie in AI with this
Okay.
because you're going to have human intuition, but you got to think how AI is working in our world now and those plastic action figure things that are popping up everywhere. So people are going to tie it in and be like, is this how we're going to get happen? There's going to be a chat GPT machine to make humans? Because they're making the toys, the action figures now in animation.
Right.
So somebody's going to tie it in that way like they always do on certain things. So here's my thing. Go watch this. It's a thought process. It's a good movie that way. And I don't have anything else to say.
Okay, I think that sums it up. Don't forget to leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought of the movie. If you have a suggestion for a movie, let us know in the comments as well. We do have our Facebook group up and running. If you want to go over there and give us a follow, we do post our little reels and stuff like that. And we're getting into some Q&As over there as well as on, you said Threads is a
Yes.
big one that you use. I'm
Yeah.
on Facebook. He's on Threads. Both Sparrows under review.
Right. So definitely check us out over
Yep.
there.
And I'm Stacey.
And I'm JR.